ball on the tee. We're set for football. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and it really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Now Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. So here is Washington now backed up a bit to start their first drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Stein. He's got his target. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. They go play action here on 1st down. Open man down the field is Henry. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Up the gut, McCaffrey to about the 26 here. Well, we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to throw. Stein. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside 3rd of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. 1st level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But with the strong safety position end up making the tackle, And oftentimes, we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Stein. And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack. Taken down at the 2. That'll go as a sack and a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 2nd and goal. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stein. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Cortland Sutton, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders are on the board here first in the season opener. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Jackson. Oh, he still makes a catch, even though it was tapped by the linebacker. So the completion good for 6 yards. And 3rd and 1 now. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Now 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 47-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Keenan. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. Here is 3rd down and 4. As they've got it as we resume action. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Here's Jackson. Over the middle, it's complete.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Commanders are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field, and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 26-yard line.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line.
Off the play fake. Stein. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessful.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now we'll get a timeout as they tend to an injured player, and looks like that's their receiver, Christian Watson. We always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. On first down, this is McCaffrey. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1, if people want to run the football, this is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Operating from the gun, Stein. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw caught by Pierce. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
On 2nd down, Jackson. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. Down the left sideline. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 65 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And he's got his big wide receiver complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7.
14, Ravens 7.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
A 49-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through. And that will do it for this first half. It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Brought down on the play by Trenton Simpson. 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Off play action. Stein. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this week 1 contest. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. Now he's free at the 35. He may go. Touchdown! Zay Flowers. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Ravens are back within a score. Tucker now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Washington ready to try again on offense. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And quickly, he just gets that ball out of there. Not quite sure what he was doing, and here comes the flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. Now here's a throw that's complete. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long. Back to throw. Stein. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Rodgers to return it. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. McCaffrey on the counter. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7. McCaffrey running up the middle. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Looking to throw. Stein. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
They'll run for it with Dillon. And try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Oh, what a move. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. To throw is Jackson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
That is caught, and he's going to get this inside the 30. He's been going 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
That's good for a Baltimore Raven. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
The short throw caught by Andrews. Down inside the 10. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 29 yards. And the Ravens have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Rodgers on the return, taking it about the 1. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Washington offense set to take over. And last time they were stopped on 4th down. Had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around.
I'm eager to see what their mindset is, because moving the ball, feeling good, and then that abrupt stop on 4th down. Do they go back to the bench and go, oh, boy, they've got something for us? Or do they go to the bench and say, we blew it ourselves. Let's get back out there and move the ball again.
And is it different when you get stopped on 4th versus punt? Is that more motivation for the defense, a little more confidence?
I think as a defense, you're so excited with a 4th down stop. Making them punt, that's your goal anyway. But a 4th down stop, that's almost a sign of disrespect that they went for it.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. The tide definitely seems to be turning in this third quarter as this defense is able to knock the ball free and recover.
And let's look at it this way. Their offense is right back out there who just got them the lead a few minutes ago. This has the potential to be a big swing in this game. That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do you do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the 2nd sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Commanders in possession of the football, but they trail as we start this 4th quarter. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Stein. And he will slide to a stop He does have the first down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advanced the ball.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be second in a couple.
Brings up second and 2.
Off the play fake. Stein. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 45-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
7-yard pickup.
So from the 37, here's second down and 3. A handoff, McCaffrey running right, and he gets it down to the 32. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. This quick pass complete to Sutton. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So a good catch there. I think I could see him making a lot of catches with this team. He fits well, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Anyone who can get downfield, as this guy can, and go up and catch the football, you just design plays built for him.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
And the Commanders are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. On the ground, Rodgers. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Definitely not how you want to start things on first down, and you don't want to panic. A field goal could get you closer, but you have to think to yourself, we even get another shot. At this point, to me, the thinking has to be touchdown or bust.
A second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Got no command that time. They end up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. A big play, if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's third and goal. Dillon. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
That was a huge play on third down, so now what? Do you go for it? Do you trust your offense? Or do you want to put on your defense to try and get the ball back? Me? I'm going for it right here.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The fourth down pass from the 5 falls incomplete, and the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're so long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
On second down, a run with Gibson.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Here's Jackson. Steps away. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. The Ravens send their punter out now. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick.
And here's Rodgers on the return.
35 yards that time on the punt.
And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Now Washington down by 4. Just over a minute 40 to play. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. This secondary as a unit, they worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
He completes this to Sutton. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
He's back to throw. Flushed out right.
And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be second down.
They'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's third down now.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Going old reliable there to the slot on third down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with the bigger guy to try and use size? Can't go try to go with the quicker guy and sometimes even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand.
Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts
as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
Here's second down and 3.
They'll run. It's Rodgers. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Now it's the Ravens' turn, trailing by a field goal. 30 seconds to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down.
Now Jackson. That's complete to Pierce. And he will get out of bounds here to stop the clock, but not a huge pickup there. 6, maybe 7. Here comes second down. Jackson to throw. Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Throwing, Jackson.
And that will be incomplete with the clock down now to 13 seconds. Trying to squeeze it in there at this stage of the game. You got to take some chances. Nice job to knock it away, though.
You're so right. Understanding where they are in the game, you got to take that opportunity and maybe thread the needle. Unable to get it done there.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
He's got his target. That's complete. And with 4 seconds remaining, they will call the timeout. So just enough of a cushion there to bring on the field goal unit and try to send this one to the extra session. So here comes Justin Tucker in a big spot. 4 seconds to go. This would send us to overtime. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. And we have free football overtime. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive. They go play action with Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. To throw again is Jackson. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. Back-to-back completions, and that puts them in enemy territory.
And we're always looking for that elusive term momentum, aren't we? And I think they're building it with the back-to-back completions. Now they feel like they can either take a shot or continue to build it the way that they're doing now. Safe throws, get it to their playmakers, and see what happens.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Down the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. Now, their defense, they did the important thing. They got the stop. They didn't allow a point, but now they're backed up here pretty far, Charles. Going to need a significant drive to try to get into position for the game-winning field goal.
Yeah, partner, don't you think that defense is on the sidelines right now saying, don't come to us with your problems about where you're starting. We did the important part. We kept them off the board, kept us in the ball game. Find a way to maneuver it downfield, at least get into field goal range, and get us a win.
Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on second down.
And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Back to throw. Stein.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Backed up deep in their own territory. They were in search of a cushion, and the cushion was found.
And you have to think total game, even in overtime. As a head coach, field position still counts in this spot. So they had to get out from the shadow of their own goal line, get themselves some breathing room. Obviously, that helps them on offense, but it may help their defense, too. Might be necessary here in OT.
Man open right side. It's Rodgers. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of that, you love these types of games.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Had to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on third down.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Once that ball was popped in the air, you can almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Jerks.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
Jackson.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up third down on the sand.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Jackson. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 41-yard line.
He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
So that will be it.